as a mom, amongst every other thing, one of the benefits in which you would enjoy about your child taking on a routine is that you would become much more productive, because at this point you already know when your baby's falling asleep, you already know when your baby has to eat, you already know when your baby has to take her bath, and so you would also be able to plan yourself into their own schedule, and you'll be much more productive. And so I'm sure that you would be asking yourself, okay, when is the best time to start my baby on a routine? Or if you're already a toddler mom, it's not too late. This video is still for you. And you're asking yourself, when and how can I start my baby on a routine? At the end of this video, I'm going to be briefly, sharing with you when the best time is to start putting your baby on a routine, and as well as how you can kickstart if you're already a toddler mom or toddler's mom. Okay, so you want to stick to the end of this video so you do not miss out on that. In my coming video, I'll be showing you my complete full routine, daily routine of my 11 months old. And you're gonna see when she wakes up, how she eats, what she eats. You're just gonna be seeing her complete routine in my next video. And so you want to turn on your notification bell so that you do not miss out on that video. And if you are not subscribed, I'm sure you know what to do. But I want to know in the comment section, guys, have you, tried a routine for your baby or your infant before, and you probably did not just think it was something that you could do because it wasn't working? Or is your baby currently on a routine? Share in the comment section. You might be, helping a mom or two. So yeah, I'm Vanessa, and welcome to Hi Moms, where we dish out wholesome content ranging from baby food idea, hairstyling for kids, family vlog, everything motherhood. And so if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing, it's free. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So I'll quickly be sharing with you steps that you should take to help establish a daily routine for your infants. I'm not just going to be telling you things out of the blues. I'll be telling you what works for me and what is working for me. I'm currently filming this video at my daughter's sleep hour. She's sleeping. So I know she's going to, although I started late because I was trying to prepare. So I hope she doesn't wake, but I'm hoping that she sleeps for an hour and 30 minutes at this particular time, because that is her schedule. So I'm definitely not going to be sharing with you things that never worked for me or things that is not working for me, because my daughter is on a routine. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start listing them. I'll start with the first, which sounds easy, but not so easy. So the first is feed at approximately the same time each day. So my daughter is 11 months old, and we started this routine much earlier, but right now it's much more established. I'm saying this because if you start and it's taking a bit of time for your baby to adjust, just know that it's expected in some cases. One of the things to look at is how your baby feeds, how many times does the baby feed in a day, and all of that. Breastfeeding in between, snacks in between, just check it out and try and make sure you set a kind of pattern in which you can give your baby their meals. For instance, my baby feeds 4 times in a day, and for me to be able to give her food 4 times in a day, I had to divide it and know the exact time each one will come in. You get? I don't know if you get. Currently, she takes her breakfast at 8 a.m. So between 8 to 8:30-ish, we should be eating our breakfast and about to be done. And she eats every 4 hours interval. My time, like I don't know if there's a rule, but that's how she feeds, or that's what I noticed. About 4 hours, she's crying, she's all fussy, and I know that okay, she's about to eat. So fixing in the timing also depends on your child's routine. So if you notice that every 5 hours or every 3 hours your baby wants to eat, depends on the age of your baby as well, because of course if your baby is still about 3 months old or 2 months old, your baby might be feeding at every 2 to 3 hours. And if your baby is on solid, proper solid, your baby might be feeding 4 or 5 hours. So it just depends on what works for your baby. So it varies from babies to babies, their weight, their age, and all of that. So my baby feeds 8 a.m. to 8:30, just in between that time every morning as breakfast. We started 9, but if we start 9, most times we end up eating 9, 9:30, 9 p.m. And because I want her to go to bed much earlier, I decided to bring it forward. So she eats at 8 a.m. every day, and the next 4 hours after 8 a.m. is 12. And so she takes her next meal at 12 noon. And after that, it's 4 o'clock. She takes her next meal by 4. And lastly, she takes her last meal by 8 p.m. And then that's all for the day. So check out what works for you and make sure your baby feeds at the same time each day. It sets them up. Before you know it, at that time, she's already longing for food, or she's already awake and aware that this is her time to eat. So the first thing I'll be saying is that make sure your child eats at the same time every day to establish this routine. Secondly, establish a feed, activity, sleep routine. So it might be as simple as a diaper change, a walk around the compound. But what I do is, most times, especially after she has taken her meal by 12 and I know that I want her to go to bed, one of the activities I make her do is she goes on her walker, because honestly, she's always very excited being on her walker, and she goes on it with a lot of speed. Yeah. I hope I see a video to link here. I will link a video here. So she goes on it with a lot of speed, and by then she's burning energy, she's getting tired, and it's a win-win because when she's done, I just carry her and back her, and then within 2 minutes she has shut her eye and I go drop her on the bed. So for my daughter, most probably already knows that, okay, anytime I go on this walker by this time and I exhaust my energy, it's just wise for me to shut my eyes and sleep. I don't know, but let it just be a routine. And that's why I said it can even just be a diaper change. When you take off diaper from your baby and wipe her or even pour water, it's cooling, and then you're sending her to bed. So it's just a subtle way of you trying to push a pattern to your baby, so your baby realizes that, okay, every time my diaper is changed, I'm strapped to bed or I'm laid on the bed. Yeah, if the baby is small, of course, but they are thinking babies can easily adjust to patterns. And that's why we should not even joke with patterns with baby. Like, establish a routine and you'll be sure how much it will work for you. The other day, I was going to take my bath and I checked the time. It was already time for my daughter to sleep. Although she was playing, most times it doesn't even show in her face or in her eye that she wants to sleep. But once I just jack her up and strap her at my back or give her her walker, she knows it's time to sleep. But on that fateful day, I was like, she's already 10 minutes ahead. She's supposed to be sleeping by now. I went to the bedroom and I told my husband, oh, please help me make her sleep. Another thing we do to make her sleep when my husband is around, he just carries her and drops her on his chest. But when she's in an active mood, she never stays. She just plays around. She will jump out of the chest. But when she knows it's time to sleep, she already knows she has the pattern is already inside of her. Once she lays on the chest, it doesn't take up to 2 minutes. She dozes off on his chest. So I was trying to tell him, oh, please help me make her sleep, but he was kind of busy on his phone or something. And before I do it, I went into the bedroom. When I came out back, we both found her sleeping. Like, she already stretched. It wasn't like she was sleeping in an awkward position. She laid down, stretched her arms, and slept. I mean, I was like, wow, we've grown enough to know that I need to sleep. And if these people are not going to do what they have to do, I'm going to do it myself. And I'm like, okay, bravo. And she slept. She slept. So that's the power of routine. Thirdly, get outside. If you want your baby to know the difference between night and day, why would you stay inside? This is going to help your baby's sleep pattern. So you're trying to establish a schedule for your baby's sleep pattern. Try to take your baby out. If you're not able to take your baby out for whatever reason, maybe you would be able to do what I did that is working for me. So what I usually do is that, because most times I'm indoors, I throw my window open. Of course, you throw a window open, she knows, okay, this is day. And when it's getting dark, everywhere is really dark. Whenever she's going to bed, once it's time, it's 8 o'clock, 8:30, we're finished eating, I've taken her bath. What I just need to do is to carry her, drop her on the bed, and turn off the lights. And that's all. Once she knows I'm not talking, I'm not playing with her, I'm just in the sleeping position, nobody tells her. She knows that it's time to sleep. And she gets to bed. So this didn't just happen overnight at all. It didn't happen overnight. I remember then when I'll turn off the lights, I could see her eyeballs, she's looking everywhere, she's crying and all of that. But I'll just pet her on my shoulder and, start singing for her. And she sleeps so. But now I don't sing anything. Number 4, establish a consistent nap time and bedtime routine. And this would also work by you studying your baby. Yeah. So my baby's nap time after her breakfast at about 8 o'clock, 8:30. I allow for screen time and then she plays around. I know her next meal is going to be 12. I'll just try to put her to bed for about 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 45 minutes. In between, that should be around 11 or to 11. She sleeps by that time and then she wakes up maybe before 12 or about 12 and then she eats. But recently, I've noticed that she's always very hyper, like active, and she's much more awake now. So I've left that morning nap for her, and I kind of feel like it's good for me because once she starts school, um, she should just open her eyes wide and listen till 12. So just immediately after 12, she takes her second meal and sleeps off. But we are still trying. For that, I've not really established that because I knew that I tried that 2 days ago and even yesterday. I could tell that she was already feeling sleepy because she was all fussy. Normally my baby will eat and be, happy she's eating, but this time around um she'll just be all fussy, and then once she's done eating, once I just drop her on my shoulder, she goes off. And so that sent a signal to me that, oh, this girl really would have slept earlier than now because it's a routine already for her and her body is already going to tell her that she should be sleeping. So today I was actually going to go out in the morning and then I was supposed to leave her with my husband, of course. What I just did was I just told him that, oh, please be with her. I'll come back before she takes her lunch, but perhaps she might want to sleep. Let her sleep. And when I called, he was like, oh, she's sleepy. And in my mind, this girl does not want to change this pattern, but that's still good. She sleeps around 11 a.m. ish, then wakes up to eat. After 12 o'clock, the next time she'll be sleeping is around 2, 3. And so in a nutshell, establish your nap time and your bedtime. It feels like a lot of work, but trust me, it's not. It's not. Already it's programmed in your head that my daughter should be sleeping, my baby should be sleeping at this time. And before you know it, you set her up to sleep, she sleeps. It makes the work a lot easier for you. Lastly, consistent wake time. Consistent wake time. I don't know how to emphasize this enough, but trust me, if you train your baby with a consistent wake time, life will be a lot easier for you. So one of the ways we did to make sure at this moment I'm speaking with you, my baby wakes up every day by to 8, 7:30 to 8-ish. And when she wakes up, most times, especially when I wake up in the night or I sleep late, she wakes before me and she's already playing on her own, playing on the bed, and most times trying to wake me up as well. And when she wakes up, I give her water to drink first thing, and once she's done drinking the water, I start preparing her breakfast. So try and have a consistent wake time. I was going to say is one of the things that helped us with this timing is that anytime we wake up to pray in the morning, yeah, we finish our devotion, I go pick her up. I know people wait for them able to wake up on their own and all of that, but because I actually wanted a pattern for her feeding, I didn't want her to just sleep on her own and wake up at any time. So I started waking her up myself, and right now she wakes up by herself. This was one of the last pattern I established with her, and I've been most grateful for that. So yeah, you're struggling with pattern for your child, establishing a daily routine. Trust me, follow these 5 steps that worked for me and it will definitely work for you. And yes, I remember telling you at the beginning of this video that I was going to tell you when exactly it is to start in trying to establish a pattern for your baby. So it is recommended that you should start a pattern already at about 4 weeks old when your baby has surpassed their birth weight. Yes, if they have surpassed their birth weight and they are gaining weight steadily, you can actually start already. And for toddler moms, probably missed it at some point or you got weary or tired and you couldn't, continue, start now, just now. All right, thank you so guys for watching. Thank you for staying through. If you did, please hit the like button, drop in the comment section what's your thoughts, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.